What's crack-a-lackin', everyone? It is the JT, the OCG, coming to you from the place to be. OOTP with the Baltimore Orioles, and we are... Is that good enough? There we go. I want some background music here because I know just listening to me drone on is probably not great. Anyways, a little bit higher. So I'm going to go through this real quick, and it's also a timer, too, because I got it for like an hour, so when it goes off, it goes off. Wonderful. So we're doing the Baltimore Orioles, and unfortunately, as you can see, we're one of the worst teams. The Rangers are actually worse than us, which is a very surprising thing. Actually, it's not very surprising. It is not. The Mariners are not doing so well either, and we're right on here with the Tigers. But, you know, we're not going to get anywhere. Draft day is coming up. We also have all-star voting. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do those two. We're going to draft. We're going to draft. We're going to vote for the all-stars. Independent, I don't know what league he is, but I did pick him up from the independent league. 6 game starts. His whip is the one I liked. I like this whip right here. And he had a very high BAP against him. And this means that it's not very natural. It means he was unlucky, technically, even though there's no such thing as luck. But unfortunately, with these advanced statistics, when it comes to baseball, if they can't explain it, which a lot of things you can't explain with all of the different integers and outside influences in baseball, you can't explain it. So they go, oh, well, that just means that he was unlucky. Your statistics don't mean anything if there could be that many outliers. If there's too many outliers that the statistics don't work perfectly, then they don't work. Oh, geez, you know what I forgot? Here, I did not look. His velocity is 85 to 87. Shit, that's why nobody wanted him. You know what? Well, he cost me $250,000. These basically $750,000 for these guys, and if one of them makes it, I think it's worth it, right? I think it's worth it. Our pitching sucks, and I can't trade anybody because there's nobody that anybody wants. So we saw the standings. Let's look at. We'll go through here. You got the Indians that they're probably going to run out of. They're going to probably run out of an opportunity. You got Lindor, and I don't think they can afford him. In real life, Terry Francona, I think, caught COVID, or he just opted out. And Sandy Alomar Sr. Took over and did a great job with Cleveland. But when it comes to it, I don't think they're going to have it anymore. Cesar Hernandez, I love Cesar. He was with the Phillies. I'm really ticked that they got rid of him, but I understand why they did. They had Kingery, they had Segura. I like Segura too. I like those guys that hit and don't strike out and don't sit and take a walk a lot, because the guys who sit there and take a lot of walks usually strike out a lot if your name isn't Mike Trout. Okay, I like guys that put the ball in play. You know, guys, I used to like Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn. I like those kind of guys. Carlos Santana, he's probably gone after this year. He's hit 307, 10 home runs, though. Reyes is not so great. They still got Jose Ramirez, but when it comes, and Shane Bieber is probably the best pitcher right now. But Carrasco's probably gone this year, and all these other guys you could see, Scott Moss. They're going to have 2 pitchers next year. And I don't see anything. I don't see anything coming to fruition with Cleveland anymore, because Chicago's young and they're hungry. Outside of Jose Abreu was batting 8th. Whoa. He probably went downhill fast. Now I have basically this randomness when it comes to it. So it's like 120 on the randomness. So if you got 100, it means that the good players are going to be good. And the Jerry Reinsdorf is 84. My owner's like 92. That's ridiculous. Anyways, so if you got it 100, usually the guys that are going to be good, like these top prospects, will be top prospects. They're going to be top prospects. If you have 120, there might be a chance Not a big chance, but there is a slight chance that Louis Robert here, or is it Louis Robert? I don't know how they would do it in Cuba. I think it's Robert. Yeah, Robert, because it's Spanish. So Robert, Louis Robert. That sounds more French, but it. I swear to God, that's what it is. So he might collapse, and I think that's what happened to Jose Abreu here, because he should not be batting eighth, but that is something. Anyways, so, but you got Tim Anderson here, who's not doing as well as he should be, but these guys are young and they're hungry. Makana, Jimenez, look at you, got 23, 25, 23. Encarnacion's probably gone after this year. Grandel's probably gone. But you got Mazera, he's doing great. Robert, 22. And you got Abreu, is the old man at 33. And you got Tim Anderson. Then you got Giolata, who's rising up to be one of the premier pitchers. Kosho, Kushel, Utul, or Kushel? Ooh, he's not doing so great this year. He had a bounce back in 2019, but I guess not here. But he's a great pitcher. And then Dylan Cease is going to be a great pitcher. And then they have a good bullpen. So these guys, I think, are going to come aboard. What pitcher they got? Dowquest. So I think they're going to overcome Cleveland. And then you got Minnesota, who's, again, they're young, hungry. And they got Nelson Cruz, who doesn't age at all. Jose Barros. And you can see I have the accent, the accent over the E's. I try to do that for every one of the Spanish players that I know. Jose's a big one. Jose from the Dominican Republic of Puerto Rico, that's going to have an accent. The Angels, the Angels are doing good. Maybe they could get somewhere. They got Otani, who's basically playing double dip here. Mike Trout, 349, 14 home runs. Randon has been a great addition. I love Simmons. He's one of the greatest fielding shortstops of all time. And Goodwin, 328, 11 home runs. He's basically made Joe Adell Joe Adell. He's made this guy like obsolete so far. This guy's batting 217. He may get demoted. Who knows? But I think they give an extension to Brian Goodwin too. History. Yep, signed a 4-year contract extension worth $23,280,000 with the Angels. So I think Adell is probably going to be trade bait. I would like to grab him, but I don't want to grab him because I just don't. And who we got over here? We got the Braves, of course. They got the Washington Nationals. The Mets are getting better, so that means the Phillies fall behind. And then the Marlins are not that as sucky as they were supposed to be. My Phillies can never catch a break. Every time they get somewhere, like someone's just better. Like the Nationals get rid of Bryce Harper, and he goes to Philly, and the Phillies are supposed to win the division, and they don't, and the Nationals win the World Series. Go figure. The Cardinals are back. I don't know how, but for some reason the Brewers and the Reds, who are supposed to kind of compete, are not. Why? Yelich is, oh my God, he's phenomenal. 359, 18 homers. I guess I don't know. I don't understand. Oh, their pitching is not, their pitching is horrible. Horrible. That's why. All right, well, Milwaukee's not doing so hot. Dodgers are always up there anyways, but the Padres are basically competing sooner than you would think. All because they got Tatis Jr., whose father, by the way, holds Fernando Tatis Sr. holds a record that will never be broken. You talk about unbreakable records. His father, Fernando Tatis, has a record that will never be broken. He has 2 grand slams in 1 inning. You're not going to beat it. You'll tie it. You might tie it. Astronomical odds that you're going to tie it. But I don't see anybody ever hit 3 grand slams in 1 inning. And even then, they wouldn't hit 2 grand slams off the same pitcher. Chan-Ho Park was the pitcher that Fernando Tatis banged 2 grand slams off him. Anyways, that young kid's going to go places. He's going to be like the face of baseball. He's very amicable. He's easygoing. He's got a good personality. He can joke around. Stuff that Mike Trout can't do. Mike Trout's a very private person, very stoic kind of guy. And he's nice and all, but he just doesn't have the personality like Fernando Tatis Jr. has. And that's probably him growing up with his dad being in baseball and him being around baseball players and everything. So he's really good. So Fernando Tatis Jr., it's good to see San Diego actually having like the ambassador for baseball. And so the Diamondbacks 21-40, that's something too. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Let's do this. Arizona Diamondbacks. It's gotta be injuries, right? They can't be that bad. Ooh, look at all. Yeah, Calhoun gone. Young Lopez gone. And Corbin Martin, Tommy John, he wasn't important though. So I don't understand. I mean, Cole Calhoun, decent player, but certainly not one of the staples here. Robbie Ray is, but he's got a 5.25 ERA. Luke Weaver, 5.79. Madison Bumgarner, 8.20. Oh, God. Oh, God. Archie Bradley, 7.2. What's Archie Bradley doing? And we can look at the pitching stats here. And if we go here and view, and we do expanded pitching stats 1, what you can see here is and there's singing in this music, and I hope so. I looked up royalty-free music for background, and so I hope this is this is not supposed to be copyrighted, so I hope they don't nail me. YouTube nails me all the time. I think of that freaking Madden game that I play. There's like Imagine Dragons has this little blurb, and they nail me for it all the time. Like you kick a field goal, and it's like, what is the song? It's not Radioactive. It's another song by them, but they nail me for it all the time. Okay. I think I have to view expanded stats 2. Yeah, here we go. So this is quality starts. That means they go 6 innings with giving up like 3 or less runs. This is a very important stat. This is my important stat for relievers right here. See, this is inherited runners. So this is when they come in, and if there's a man on first and second, you got 2 inherited runners. Inherited runners scored 0. So he doesn't let, because here's the thing with pitchers. If Archie Bradley comes into the game and there's a man on first, second, and third, so he's got 3 runners, right? And he throws 1 pitch, right? And that batter gets a triple, and all 3 of those runs score, his ERA doesn't go up. It goes to the pitcher previously who put those 3 guys on base. See? So you can't look at ERA when it comes to relievers. You have to look at inherited runner and inherited runner score percentage, because the reliever's supposed to come in here and shut the door down. So this should always be below 50% to be a good reliever. Now, even though he's got like a 7.2 ERA, he's had 9 save opportunities. He only blew 2. So that's not horrible. It looks like he's doing worse than he really is. But their bullpen is not good at all. All right. It's very surprising that they're actually worse than us. And we're on par with the Marlins and the Pirates and the Brewers, who were supposed to compete. And let's just look at the Rangers and see why they're doing horrible. Don't tell me it's pitching. Because for some reason, the pitching is horrible, and guys are hitting like 400 in this thing, and I never understand why. Every time I sit there and I go, no, it's this, and do the modifiers and make sure I'm doing it for 2020, and it says, oh, okay, yeah. Here's what's supposed to happen. Here are the amount of home runs and blah blah blah, and I look and it's like, holy shit, people are hitting 415 in June. That's almost unheard of. Okay, so we got, wow, of all the teams, these guys. Now see, this guy is Major League, right? So he's up here, and you got that space, and these are all minor league. You see this, A+, A. Those are all minor leaguers. So in the whole organization, they only have 5 injuries. And oh, yeah, there it is. It's pitching. It's pitching. All there's not a damn pitcher. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. This is like worse. Luke Gregerson is the only one, 4.6. He's the only. Oh no, Juan Casio, 2.25. I'll just keep on throwing him out until his arm falls out. Okay, so they don't have great offense either. Yeah, Andrus is batting near 300, 14 stolen bases. Cho, 37 years old, at 270. He's got his 417 on base percentage, doing what he does best. Joey Gallo, 232, hitting 14 home runs. He's doing what he's doing best. And Willie Calhoun, hitting 10 home runs. I don't get it. They shouldn't be that bad. Well, yeah, they shouldn't be that bad, but look at this pitching. Now, in real life baseball, if you had Kyle Gibson at 32, and he was 1-8 with a 9.22 ERA, see, he's making too much money to kind of like bench him and say, sit down. As you can see, his salary is $11 million a year. So what baseball does is it gives them phantom injuries, right? Oh, he sat down on a chair. Like, these guys go, oh, look at this. Look at these weird things that, like, players went on the disabled list for. No, most of those are bullshit. They just made them up. Like a guy, oh, I squeezed my arm between 2 folded chairs. No, that's a made-up injury because the guy was stinking, and they wanted to put him on the disabled list and then take him down to the minor leagues and figure out what the hell's wrong with his mechanics. There, you learned something about baseball. Some injuries are not really injuries. Some injuries are high-paid players that they got to put on the injury list because they suck so much. Psychological injuries, that's what they are. Okay, so we got all that. Now we're going to do the All-Star voting. All right, so American League All-Stars. Here, I'm voting for these guys. Shane Bieber. 4-3, 3.94. I don't know. Yeah, pitchers are not doing so great this year. Yeah, so there's just something wrong. There's just some. Well, Hyungjin Ryu. Yeah, we're gonna put him up there. Oh, Don Means, 0.1 WAR. WAR is just a crappy stat. I don't put too much into it. The Rays, 2.61. Clevenger, 7-2. There you go. Good Lord. Garrett Cole, 6-4, 3.63. Yeah, we'll do that. That's 3. Oh. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. Other guys are voting too, so I don't care. Relief pitchers. Let's see. We got 4 save, Nick Anderson. 2.61 Brad Hand. He's doing pretty good. Who else? Should I vote for mine? Should I vote for Mikael Givens, who's going to be our only trade mate? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. You know why? Because it's called bias. It's called bias. And you know what? most people hate this rule, but every team needs to have a representative. And I like that rule, so I don't care if people don't like it. I like that rule. You could always put a relief pitcher or a backup player on a team. It's only the freaking All-Star game. I mean, give it a break, dude. Oh my god, but that means it... Dude, it's an exhibition game. Shut up. If you're crying about it, then you have way too much time on your hands. 10 point. I don't know. We'll go. Nick Anderson. How about that? All right, so catcher. Oh, I only get one of each. Okay. I could do this. Okay, so one catcher. Who's going to be the catcher? Grandel's got 15 homers and he's batting 300. Michael Perez is batting 383 with 7 homers. Wow. 115 at bats to 167 though. And then we got Chance Cisco batting 351, but he's only got 57 at bats. Vasquez is also 304. Grandal is also a pretty decent defender. He's not the best, but he's up there. He's out of all these guys, I would say he's like top 3. He's top 3. Salvador Perez, he's going down a little bit. He's not as good as he used to be. Look at the 3 Perez's that are catchers. So I would still say he is the best defensive catcher in the American League right now out of these guys, is Salvador Perez. The second I would say is Jason Castro. And then it's Grandal, but then you also got this Mitch Garver, young kid, who's also he's going to be one of the better defensive catchers. Give him a couple years. Sean Murphy is going to be above average, but I don't think he's ever going to be top tier. But he's going to be like number 5 out of top 5. But yeah, so Grandal is up, definitely top 3 defensively. All right, first base. I don't get it. Jose Abreu's 282. Oh, his on base is only 327. Something's wrong with him. Something's wrong. 377 on base percentage for G-Man Cho. 6 homers. He's not a great home run guy. He's a decent home run hitter, but he also hits some mean doubles, doesn't he? What do you got? 15 doubles. He's got 15 doubles. All right, CJ Cron having an excellent year. 281, 349, 460. He's got 8 home runs. How many doubles or triples does he get? 16. Then I got my boy Chris Davis at 274 with a 397. He's back. He is back, baby. And you know what? Vote for him. That's right, bias. All right, now we got second base. Now look at my second baseman, Hanser Alberto, is also doing great. Alberto has 9. He has 9 stolen bases, but he's also been caught only 4 times. Oh, Alberto's not the one. My shortstop, Iglesias is the one that gets caught. Alberto he's my man. He's my number 3 hitter right now. I don't know why he's doing so great, but I'm not questioning it. The only problem is he goes up against Jose Altuve. And Jose Altuve, he's only got 5 home runs, which is fine. But he's got 16 doubles, 4 triples, and 11 stolen bases out of 13 attempts. All right, well, let me see. Luis Arraez. Oh, by the way, Boston, Jose Peraza, Elanero is his nickname. He came over from Cincinnati, where he bat 239. He's supposed to be a defensive specialist. This dude Had a hitting streak of 34 games. 34 games. That's phenomenal. Wait, he had more than that. Hold on. Hold the hell on. Where is he? Because he also had Soto's injured for a couple of weeks. That's not going to be good. Hold on. He's going to be here. I got to look. Baez got a hitting streak now. Posey had one at 23. Posey's back. Look at Posey. Buster Posey is batting .351. He's only had 3 home runs, so his slugging is only .416, but he's almost got a .400 on-base percentage. Andrew Benintendi, if you're a Red Sox fan, he's gone for the year. Here we go. Rangers, was it only 34? Because I thought he was side. Everything went away. And 34 game, okay, so he had a 34 game hitting streak. I thought it was closer. I thought he was closer. By the way, Melky Cabrera, that's our guy, Melky, not Miguel. Miguel Cabrera. And we'll look. Yadier Molina had his 2000 hit, too. There's a Hall of Fame career right there. And Penn State, I think, okay. So, he's 6'8". Holy shoot. So if I look at the scouting on him, you can see here, OSA, this is OSA, this is like, I don't know, publication or the overall scouting thing. So the accuracy is like, okay. It's not going to be great, it's not going to be highly accurate, it's going to be okay. And then I could also do my head scout. See, so my head scout shows, I don't know what that, I'm colorblind, so there is no non-colorblind option here. But my scout has accuracy high on this guy. So he's saying the potential for his, and this is out of 80. So it's 20 to 80 is how baseball players are scored. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's just something that they can make their own, whatever. They thought it was more accurate than 1 to 100. He thinks his control is up. I think he thinks the control is better than OSA says. No. No, my scout actually knows that, no, he's not as good as OSA thinks he is. So my scout says he knows better. Now, my scout might not be good. And we also looked at Spencer Torkelson. See, this guy was the #1 draft pick for real last year. And he's with Detroit now. Anyway, this right here, 517, I think is the first win we had. I think we were losing prior to that. All right, everybody, we're back. Let me see. Excuse me. Wait, hold on. Jesus. Okay, everybody, we're back, and I had to cut it out through the draft because I was playing this background music. Watch this background music be too loud here. Hold on, let me just make sure it's like minuscule. Should be as minuscule as possible. So the background music and such, it's a little too loud on the first one. So hopefully it's okay now. Anyway, what we're going to do is, you can see we stink, 35 and 62. I believe we have mail and news. We actually have something from from... See, this is the game. It's like every time I'm like, oh yeah, this is... I gotta save this, and it's never in the place that you want to find it. That's the irritating part of this. They keep on adding more things, and it's just... ugh. Oh, here it is. PM. I review the goals. My comments below. Team record. I told you I wanted you to don't suck completely. What part of that did you not understand? Well, we don't really suck completely. The whole game engine sucks completely. I'm not gonna lie. It really does. There's the average. I'm gonna show you who's leading in statistics, and you know they always like to say, well, it's not. The game doesn't know names, it only knows numbers. Well, the numbers are off for the names. I could see something happening like down the road where a batter that's not supposed to hit 40 home runs might hit 40 home runs. But when you have the 2020 right here and you're adding the players, Vlad Guerrero shouldn't be Barry Bonds, and Bo Bichette should not be a 40 home run, 50 home run guy. So I don't know. Anyway, so we got the top prospects updated in June 26th. So this is after the draft. We'll go over our draft picks. Like Carter Kaboom, he's like the number 18th prospect? How'd that happen? Adley Rutschman, I just put him back. I just put him up to AAA. So he's up in AAA now. Joey Bart, I guess Joey Bart. You got to make sure that Buster Posey could go to first base, but then again, this game won't do this. This game will cut Buster Posey because it won't sit there and say, "Oh, he's got some ratings to go to first base." It won't. It won't do that. It'll just cut him. Nate Pearson. Well, Nate Pearson's starting, and we'll go over Toronto here because Toronto is who we've made 2 trades, and both with Toronto. And we made 1 trade with Houston, and this is the trade we made with Houston. For some reason, Houston cut Maldonado, their catcher, which is very weird. So I was trying to get rid of Chancisco, and Chancisco was not 3.5 stars when I traded him. So I don't know what the hell happened, but this dude, for some reason, is better than my scout thought he was. Man. So I traded him, and I traded Jose Iglesias because he was on top of this game. And Houston has like a salary issue, and I don't know how the game engine's going to handle it. But technically, like in this real world, George Springer and Carlos Correa are not going to be part of Houston because they can't. They can't afford all those guys. They'll have to pay into the salary cap. So I give them Jose Iglesias to be their second base and shortstop backup. I think Iglesias can actually, and he plays third base too. So this guy, he should be playing a lot. And I thought he would be playing a lot, and he's not. He's been in 4 games, and it looks like he's been there basically 1 start and 3 pinch running appearances. So that's kind of a bummer. I really should have kept him then. So I feel bad about that. Let me see, what else they got? Connor Siebold for Philadelphia. Are you kidding me here? And then you can see here, it's just like drafted and then drafted. Oh, that actually is right. But well, we'll go over the drafted guys. Let's just go over the draft. Let's not make this like a freaking thing. Okay, so the draft log. Here we go. So Max Meyer was not even on the OSA mock draft. So if we look at the mock draft, oh, it deleted. It deleted already. All right. Anyways, Draft history. I don't even know what the hell this is supposed to mean, draft history. This means nothing. What the fuck is that? Anyways, okay, so Max Meyer was not even in the OSA draft, mock draft. So he went by everybody, but yet Detroit drafted him. They have not negotiated yet. And I think when we did scouting on him, we didn't even scout him. I did not even scout him with my head scout. Yep. He had like average ratings, and his movement and everything was not, yeah. So, I don't know. He just came out of nowhere, and it's all about stuff anyways. It's all about this. This is all. It doesn't matter about movement and control. It really doesn't. This game doesn't care, really. As long as you got high velocity and high stuff, then you're a good pitcher, and that's why it's easy when you see all these things about like, oh, we're gonna rebuild this team. They do the same thing. These guys that play out of the park baseball do the same thing. They all grab high velocity pitchers, and they all draft high home run, high I batters. That's it. You don't care about defense. You don't care about control. You don't care about movement. It doesn't matter. The pitcher can give up 40 home runs as long as he strikes out 280. Then your team basically wins the World Series, and you create a dynasty. I've seen it so many times where I see like rebuilds do that. Anyways, so we picked up this guy, which is the guy that actually was drafted by Baltimore, Heston Kjerstad. And he is out of Arkansas. He's already the number 20th prospect. I put him in short season, but he kinda no. He is in short season right now. I put him in low A. I put him in Delvara, and I hope I didn't hurt him too much. But yeah, he really sucked. No, he didn't. I wouldn't say he really sucked. No, not really. I mean, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts. That's pretty good. But he's doing better here in short season. So we'll keep him in short season for this year. He was in rookie league. For some reason, the computer did something with all my players during a week. And I said, I'm supposed to be controlling the minors, so I don't understand. So Kansas City, instead of Detroit getting Spencer Torkelson, Kansas City, the Royals got Spencer Torkelson. So I wonder if he's going to be exactly like that old first baseman that they got, Bob Hamlin, back in the 90s. He was supposed to be great, too, and nothing. And then they got another guy in the 90s, which was Sweeney. And he turned out to be like, he had a nice 5-year kind of good homer, good walk rate, and then he just fell off because of injuries. I don't know anybody else here. Asa Lacy was somebody I was looking at, and I think he's going to be the best pitcher out of all this. I don't think that Meyer guy is going to be the best pitcher. This guy, look at his curveball. He's got like a plus curveball. Sacrifice bunt. Oh, none of this matters. The batting ratings don't matter because, unfortunately, I went with DH all over the place. And he's got a good fastball, and his changeup is close. I see so many times where if the changeup is like 30, so if it was 35 and his potential was 65, it never develops. I don't know why, but the changeup hardly ever develops. But here, 45 to 65, it has a good chance of getting to like 55. So that's why I think he's going to be the best pitcher, because he'll have 3 pitches. Blaze Jordan went to Tampa Bay, but he hasn't signed a contract yet. And he's been doing those long blast home run things. Then we picked up Chase Cheek. My scout thought he was pretty good. Thought his eye potential was better than what OSA said. So So he thought the contact in the eye was a little bit better than what OSA was saying, and my scout's wrong. So essentially, I'm going to current contract to 35, but then it goes to there, and then what the hell? Okay, so my scout wasn't that bad. All right, so everything went up. The current contact dropped, though. I don't understand. He is in short season A. I'm wondering if I had to put him up higher because he's 23. Oh boy. Kansas City grabbed this Slade Kachoni, which was another guy I wanted. But here, you see this 6'4" and then 6'10". So they had 2 drafts, and I have no idea what the heck this is. What the fuck does this even mean, dude? This game. This is why this game is so bad. It's so bad. It really is so bad. They have no attention to detail anymore. They used to have so much attention to detail in this game, but they just shot it out the window. And I know you're like, why the hell are you playing this? And I ask myself the same freaking thing. Why the hell do I still play this game? It is a time sink. That's what it is. I can spend 6 hours on this game just going over like lineups and the minors and everything. And really, I get nothing done. And that's why. It's sort of like crack. And I don't like it. So, then we got Ian Bedell. And I'm really high on this kid. Because he's got a nice curveball. Again, his changeup is close to being mature. And he's got a decent fastball, but then he's got the 50-50. And if he improves his control, boom, he is going to be a middle-of-the-rotation starter. And that's, you can't really expect an ace all the time. I rather get somebody that I know is going to be good. So if I get 5 middle-of-the-road starters instead of getting an ace or 2 aces and then fillers, back of the rotation guys, it's the same thing to me. Of course, you could say, well, if you get to the playoffs, then you're going to be in trouble because you don't have an ace. But hey, listen, if I get to the playoffs, then I get money. And if I get money, then I can get an ace, right? But for right now, we're just going off of anything. And then we got Zach Gregg, who unfortunately, as soon as he came aboard, he started in short season A because he is a college pick, and that's what short season A is. You have the draft in early June, and then mid-June, short season used to start. Now there is no more short season baseball. They got rid of all of them, including my team, which is now, my team is part of the Frontier League. So they're independent baseball. And anyway, so I don't know. I think I am going to get rid of all these leagues next year. I'm going to get rid of short season. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the teams that go to the Frontier League and go to the Atlantic League and then go to the American Association. So I'm going to make those leagues bigger, and they're going to be independent. And then I have the Mexican League, right? So I have all these other leagues. I have the Korean baseball, the KBO. I have the Nippon, which is Japanese. So I got Japanese Korea. I got Mexico, the League of Mexicano de Baseball. And then I even got the Taiwan League here, the Chinese Professional Baseball League. Serie Nacional de Baseball. That's the Cuban baseball, I think. That's Cuban. Yep, this is Cuba. Santiago de Cuba Vispa. There we go. So I got the Cuban League. And then, of course, I got these leagues, the Australian Baseball League, and then I got the Atlantic League, which is like the biggest. And then you got these things. This team, the Road Warriors, this is basically they just come along, and if you don't have enough baseball, like if one of the leagues teams fold, these Road Warriors they don't have a home stadium. They just play on the road. That's why they're called the Road Warriors. It's pretty cool. I kind of like that. Then they got Sugarland Skeeters, which are now the AAA affiliate of Houston, by the way. So I think two of these teams, I think Somerset Patriots and Sugarland Skeeters they become affiliates. The Patriots become affiliates of the Yankees. So I think they become A affiliates of the Yankees. And these become AAA affiliates of the Astros. And it's all about consolidating it, getting teams closer to the main team. Like Sugarland Skeeters, like 20 miles away from Houston. Then what they did with Boston, the Red Sox, they went up to Worcester. So not Worcester, it's Worcester. So they have the Worcester Red Sox, which are about maybe 18 miles away from Boston. And so they got all that stuff closer. And like even the Orioles, we have our organization, the Norfolk Tides. I think Norfolk is Virginia, so they're close. They're like right across the bay. So we got the Atlantic League, and then we got the American Association, which the American Association, the St. Paul Saints, this team becomes the AAA affiliate for Minnesota, which is good. And I think maybe I'll make the Sioux Falls Canaries the triple affiliate of Milwaukee, because Milwaukee should have a AAA affiliate close to them as well. Let's see. And then what else we got? I think that's it. The Frontier League's the other big one. The Frontier League. I think the Frontier League actually would probably take over. I think they're better than the American Association at this point. I mean, they got bigger. They're 16 teams now. So how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So yeah, they increased. Well, actually, I think they're 18 now. I think they increased by 4 teams. And yeah, I think they lost the Quebec Capitals. So they got like the Quebec Titans or something. And that's about it. I think every other team here is still part of the team, still part of the league. The Washington Wild Things, they're the ones that are so out of place. You got like all these teams that are up in the Northeast, right? You got that are all north. Like you got the Jackals, the Boulders, Lake Erie, blah blah blah, and then you got the Troy Riviere, which is above Montreal. Then you have all these other ones, Evansville, Florence, that are all west, that are around the Great Lakes, Chicago and Indiana, Illinois. Then you got the Washington Wild Things, which is Washington, Pennsylvania, and they're just like smack dab in front of everybody, so they're kind of out of place. But anyways, my ADD's getting to me because it's early in the morning. What did we? Oh, the fucking. All right, go back to baseball. Thank you. Reports, info. Last draft log. Thank you very much. Crying out loud. And then I'm just going to go over. Let's see, who else we got? So we got Austin Smith. Okay, so we got Fidel. We got Zach Grake, who unfortunately blew his arm out as soon as he started. So he had a couple of games, 2 games, and then boom, his arm got blown out. But, you know, that happens quite often in baseball, unfortunately. Then we had Clayton Beater. And for some reason, they really want to make him a closer with his fastball slider combination, 70 and 75 out of 80. Remember, this is 20 out of 80, not 1 out of 100. Why baseball does that, I don't know. Let me look. Because why not? Because ADD, right? Why does baseball use 20 to 80 rating? Explaining the 20/80 baseball scale. So, we're sports on prospect, so we use scouts lingo, and the 20/80 scouting scale is part of that. Many of these grades are measurable data, such as fastball, velocity, and speed. Usually time from home to first or in workouts over 60 yards. Okay, so Background: the invention of the scales credit to Branch Rickey. Oh, there you go. So Branch Rickey, the guy that actually brought Jackie Robinson to desegregate baseball, and so Branch Rickey's heralded as a hero right now, but really, come on, Branch Rickey created the minor league, the farm system, in order to undercut players' salaries. Okay, so he actually had players as indentured servants, which is just a half a step up from slavery in the minor leagues, and he did that with the St. Louis Cardinals in the 20s and 30s. Okay, so just because he got there in the 40s with the Dodgers, and he was like, all he thought about was, if I bring a black man into baseball, I'm going to make money, and my name is going to be etched into marble. And he was right. So, not to say Branch Rickey was a smart man, he was a cunning man, but he's not a saint by any means. And look at Eloy Jimenez here. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't show up then. Well, it shows up here. You can see the accent on his E, but it doesn't show up here. And here's another thing. With this, now baseball is actually doing, like, they have numbers in the 70s and 80s now. It's disconcerting. It's getting to that point where too many numbers are getting retired. Like the Yankees are all going to be 70s, 80s, and 90s pretty soon. They keep on retiring everything. All right, so credit, he intended or not, it mirrors various scientific scales. Okay, so 50 is major league average. So is better or worse than average. So I get it. 40, 30, 20. Okay, so you just basically have like the three above, and 3 above, 60, 70, 80. All right, so you got 3 above, 3 below. So, okay, so it's like if you use a 1 through 100 scale, that's like bringing it down to like the minuscule part. 2080 has like this kind of variable, so you don't really go, is Eloy Jimenez with his 70 home run power, is his 70 home run power better or less than Encarnacion that we did, you know? Anyways, he became an all-star for the first time this year. Okay. 5-tool prospect. While that's overused and misunderstood, they're referring to the 2080 scouting scale when it says 5. The 5 tools for position players are hitting, power, running, fielding, throwing. Okay, so there's the 5 tools. Scouts would tell you Bo knows. Bo Jackson, I remember that. Bo Jackson. Bo knows. Yeah, the biggest thing is like batting average and velocity and all that kind of good stuff. But it doesn't really say why it's 2080, so I don't care. Another thing I'm looking at is like Roll 20. I want to sign up. Maybe I'm going to do that and try to get into some games. Try to do some D&D. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice. All right. Anyway, so that's that was our draft. No one great in particular. I think we had around 35. We got Clayton Beater. We got Michael Brooks, and I think he's injured. Yep, he fractured his wrist, and he was hitting 250. Nothing special. So I drafted him way too high. Austin Smith, I thought he was going to be, like, he has that fastball and slider combination, but he's going to give up a lot of home runs and control, but he's got that stuff. So stuff, fastball, slider. So I went with, he was the best guy on the board. He's 21 years old, so he's more developed than the high school player. He's out of southwestern Texas. And I thought he'd be, I just grabbed him because 94, 96 mile an hour. He's the prototypical, this is the guy that you pick up in order to rebuild. So, so far, he's been in 3 games, and that's about it. Austin Smith, Connor Angel. I picked him up just because he's got the fastball, sinker, slider, and changeup are all, like the changeup again, close to being full potential. His fastball's already full potential, so he could increase that. And his slider's close. So everything's kind of close for this guy. And he was Lafayette, University of Louisiana, and he's got 50, 50, 60. So he's a control pitcher, and he's doing real well. He went right to Delmarva, which is which is low A, and he's 7-game starts. He's got a 4.0 ERA basically, 9 walks, K strikeouts. He's got a pretty decent whip. His walks just have to come down, but his K per 9 is 8. So, I mean, you look at his college stats. He's actually been much better at the walk ratio. So I'm liking it. And he was only a starter really in his last year of college. So he was as a reliever, but then he became a starter, and so he's doing the decent job now. We'll see how he goes. And then I got just like a bunch of speedy, good defensive outfielders. And these are my next kind of guys. My center fielder, speed, stealing right here. You can see 65, 70, 65. Outfield range, 60. Shares his ideas. Most are quick, so he's got some good personality as well. Where is he? He's from Louisville. He did pretty good in college, and here so far, I mean, where do I got him? Oh, I got him in Rookie League. Yeah. So I accidentally put him in, but I mean, 10 stolen bases out of 12 chances in 20 games. This dude is good at stealing bases. But I put him a little too high, and so, and here's the one. So I got Justin Campbell. Now he's with Delmarva, but he blew through the ranks. So I put him in Rookie League, and he was in 2 games. I'm like, Jesus, 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts. I go, I'm going to put him right up there in short season, because short season just started. They made him the closer, so he had 6 games. He had 1 save, 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts, and so I'm just going to keep on. I am going to. He's got Jay Campbell 40. So can I put him as 40? Yeah. There you go. So there. Now his Twitter handle makes sense. And you can actually tweet these guys, I guess. All right. So then we got Christopher Williams. He's been kind of banged up all year. Alex Burleson, he got a fractured thumb, but again, I put him in short season A because again, he's a college guy, so why don't put him in Rookie League, put him in the short season. And he's doing what he's doing because I think he's a gap power guy, isn't he? Yeah. So he's not exactly a home run power guy. He's not going to strike out a lot. I don't know if he'll get up to this discipline thing, but I'm hoping he walks 60 times, he strikes out 80 times, he hits 35 doubles, and he hits 280. And he's got pretty decent defense here. Not great, but I'm hoping it improves. He's just a tick below average on everything else, and he has the mental skills to effectively handle big game pressure. So, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Wait a minute. Hold on. This guy might be a two-way player. He is. He's a two-way player too. Look at this. So this is the one thing that 2020 did, because they had that guy from Otana from the Angels, who plays DH and also pitches. So they had to start putting in these pitchers, these two-way players. This guy, holy crap! I don't know if I want him to be. Well, my number one prospect is Grayson Rodriguez, and he's a two-way player too, because he can bat pretty well. This guy is pretty damn good, but look, and he can play the outfield too. 45, 50, 55 in the outfield. But I should make this guy a starter. Yeah, he's a finesse pitcher. All right, so to set him to starting pitcher then. So starting pitcher, he's out 3 weeks. He's got a fractured thumb. Then we picked up a shortstop, Masterson. He's probably going to be the biggest bust. Grant Harris, he's pretty good. He's been pretty good as a right fielder. He's got the discipline. He doesn't strike out, and he walks. Not so great contact and all the power kind of thing. He's definitely not a prototypical right fielder, so might be a left fielder. But he is a left-handed batter, and he does have some good base running ability. So he could always be, that's 55. If he gets a little better defensively, he could always be a fourth outfielder and pinch hitter coming up. And his school is Campbell University. And he never hangs his head during slumps or losses, and I think that's why I picked him up. He had the best personality out of everybody here. And I think Sam Owens was a little bit better in the personality, but I don't need a catcher, so I needed some outfielders. And then I picked up Michael O. And I picked up Michael O because of his fastball curveball splitter kind of combination. And I'm hoping that maybe he's only 88-90, so he's definitely a finesse pitcher. But I was hoping that maybe he can develop a changeup. So if he gets 4 pitches, I think he's going to be a decent guy that maybe could make the majors someday as a middle reliever, like a long reliever, or like a number 5 starter, something like that. Some guy that can start and long relief, you know. And those guys are important. Where you're getting blown out or you're having a blowout, you don't want to blow out the arm of the other guy, you know. The starting pitcher. Will Moriarty. Wait a minute. Does it say he's pitching? Oh, he's a two-way player too. Jesus. What do we got here? He's not so good though. He's got a fastball curveball, but yeah, he's definitely better. He's definitely going to be much better at as a batter. He's got a great infield arm, and he's got a good outfield arm. So these are the guys that I'm going to have to basically use as a... I'm going to have to make them start in right field in order to build up his right field ratings. Because right now he's only at third base, but if I start putting him in right field, he's gonna get some good corner outfield. So I want him to be a corner infielder and a corner outfielder. And of course, it doesn't matter. He's got time, because if he makes it to the majors, it's going to be when he's 25, 26. Luke Turbeek. The reason I got Luke Turbeek is because of this, the knuckleball. That's it. I love getting knuckleball players. His velocity is only 85, 87. He's not a great player by any means. He's Dutch, which is even worse. No, I'm kidding. But he went to a junior college, Arizona Western. And he's probably not going to make it amount to anything. He was in the Dominican League for some reason, and I went, oh. I think the Dominican League is, if any player is foreign, I think they could go to the Dominican League, which doesn't really work. So, and he's been in high school over there, Dutch land. But he's got a knuckleball, so damn it. He's got good stamina, and he's got a knuckleball, so I'm going to see what he can do. He'll probably be nothing but in my minor leagues forever. This guy, does he have anything? He's just a reliever. He can't hit worth a damn. Luke Little is doing nothing. He's in my rookie league, and he has not been used yet. So, he doesn't have the stamina. Oh, no, he does have the stamina. So he does have the stamina. But here you can see this changeup. This changeup is not good enough for him to have 3 pitches to be a starting pitcher. Usually if you have 2 pitches, you're a reliever. And that's why, like, all these guys in the minor leagues, they're starting pitchers. Like, even the greatest closer of all time, Mariano Rivera, he was a starting pitcher in the minors, but he sucked. And that's why I don't think so much about, like, Mariano Rivera being one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Listen, the guy had a great cutter, and that's it. But if you made him pitch 5 innings, he'd have an ERA of 8. because he only had that one pitch. Let's see. So then I have Sikowski. I got Sikowski, and he is a ground ball pitcher, 86-88, but he's a submarine pitcher. And if you look at some of the submarine guys, hold on, let me see. Let me look at Dan Quisenberry. Dan Quisenberry, the poor guy died of a freaking brain tumor at the age of like 50, I think. Where am I? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to show you, show you this file. See this? That's a submarine pitcher right there. Look at that. This is how I pitched. I was a catcher, actually. I was a catcher, but when I did pitch, and they brought me in to relieve every once in a while, and I had two pitches. Basically, I had a circle changeup, which take your hand and put your hand out, your right hand out, and spread your fingers wide, and then do the OK symbol, right? With your right hand. If you're right-handed, that's how you would do it. So you would wrap your hands around the laces of the ball, and then you put the OK symbol on the side. That's a circle changeup. That's it. But you would have to throw that at the same velocity you would throw a fastball. Now the fastball I would throw is called a fork ball, and that's if you take your two fingers, your index finger and your middle finger, and you spread them as far as you can. You would spread those on the side of the baseball. That's a fork ball. So I had a fork ball and I had a circle changeup, and that's all I could do. I would refuse to throw breaking balls because as a catcher, I knew when I was like 14, 15, I saw 3 guys like blow their arms out as teenagers, and I'm like, these guys aren't going to be able to freaking lift anything when they're 40, you know? And so, anyways, but this is the submarine thrower. Yeah, it's really cool. I wonder if I can show you Dan Quisenberry pitching. See if we got a video of him pitching. Okay, now watch this.
Dan Quisenberry comes in with the Cardinals on top, 1-0. Whitey Herzog making a...
Look at that.
Foul back, 0-1.
Look at Lonnie Smith, too.
Want the ball away, generally speaking, to be effective.
That's grounded toward the middle. White is there. Goes the short way beyond Scalana.
Yeah, I love it.
Tommy Herr. Takes outside.
That's what you can do with the sidearms. It's a left. Boom. See, you can
if the Cardinals do win,
player, and that's Tommy Herr, who drove in over 100 during the season and didn't respond during the World Series.
What you want to do as a submarine pitcher is for a left-handed, if you're right-handed like I am, you would want to throw up and into a left-hander, or you would want to let it tail off. What you don't want to do with a left-hander is throw it down and in, because that's where they smack the hell out of it. Right-handers usually, if a ball is up high, you're screwed. But if you throw low and inside to a right-hander, you usually get ground outs. So it's kind of weird just how that happens. I don't know exactly why that happens, but it does. Anyway, so I got Sikowski. He's in my rookie league as well, and he's my ground ball submarine pitcher. And he's got a sinker. So I wish I had a sinker when I was pitching, and a slider. But sliders, that's why all these players blow their arms out. By the way, sliders. Oh, and I grabbed back-to-back. So Nolan Labampoff, he's not doing so good. So he's got 2 games, 1 game start, 2 home runs. So his movement and his control is going to do him in. But he's got a sinker, slider, changeup. So yeah, he could be a middle reliever, lacks an edge in his personality. He's just lackadaisical. So I don't think he's going to be anything worth mentioning. And let's wrap this up, huh? Clayton Keys, just a left-hander. I think he's got good defense. Yep, he's got good defense. And he's got the home run power. So home run power and discipline. So I went with a prototypical Moneyball kind of guy with him. Home Holden Phelps, 18. So I went with a high schooler. Went with a high schooler with 4 pitches and pretty good stamina. Doesn't throw really that quick. I got finesse pitcher. So what I'm going to do basically is I got to get rid of. I want to get rid of my pitching coach anyways, because I'll show you in a second why. And I like to get finesse pitchers. So I basically drafted a whole crap load of finesse pitchers. And then we got this curveball, 75 curveball. And I'm glad I got this guy so late in the draft. His control, movement, but he's got some good stuff, and he's got a swing and miss curveball. Good fastball, swing and miss curveball, and that changeup is a good changeup base. And all it is, outlook is a mystery with ups and downs. All it takes, good up or down. If he gets a hit and he goes down, he's useless. He's never gonna get above. He's never gonna get above Double A. Might not get above A. Might not get above High A. But if he develops, then he could get a cup of coffee in the majors, and if he improves in the majors, then he can get that. He can become something special. Zachary Murray, this is a high risk. Like I said, this 30 changeup, 75 potential. I've never seen anybody in this game develop that. Ever. So this 75 will become like a 65 of 50, and then maybe he'll get a 45 out of 50, and that's it. And so he'll be a waste of space. That's why he was drafted so low, and why the AI did not draft this guy. Because he's so far off of that changeup. So he's doing okay in Rookie League, though. And that's all I did. I basically just grabbed a whole bunch of freaking pitchers at the end, right? Yep, Hayden Dirk, another one. 70 changeup, but he's so far off it doesn't matter. But he's so far off the curveball as well. So I don't know. Jake Mulholland. I wonder if he's Terry Mulholland's kid. Dude, poor guy. His career's probably over. Ruptured ulnar collateral ligament, 12 months. Oh man, that sucks. Let's see. So Cameron By, I don't even remember getting this guy. Oh, he's a shortstop. All right, he's a shortstop, starting pitcher. Now look at his starting pitcher stuff. Fastball, slider, changeup. I don't know. 50, 35. Yeah, I don't even think. Yeah, not even close. Not even close. So we're trying to develop him as a batter. Don't care about his power, but he's got 50, 40, 55 here in the hitting category. Slight hitting catcher, the prototypical 1970s catcher. Can sacrifice bunt. Good at speed, decent average speed, stealing, little better base running. A little above average defensively, and hopefully he could be a shortstop, and we'll see how he is. But I don't think he'll ever amount to anything, but he could, and if he does, it'll be a defensive guy. Same thing, and that's the same thing we did with Vince Smith here. Same thing, speed, stealing, base running, and his defense is, we'll make him a middle infielder. That's all it is. You gotta have these guys that fill out the minor leagues, who can have some promise. This guy, even if he doesn't, I mean, the curveball, I don't think he'll ever get to 65, but he does. Fastball, curveball, with a slight changeup, that'd be a good relief pitcher. Right, and he constantly focuses on the task at hand, so he has the power to become better. Thomas Armstrong. Actually, I picked this guy so late, and he became, I think he's one of our top draft. I think he's one of the top picks now, because he's got 5 saves out of 5 saves out of 5 chances, I believe. Let's look at his pitching stats and expand it. See, well, here's the thing. You got inherited runners. Inherited runner scores 0. So he finished 7 games. Save opportunities, 5 saves. So he has not blown a save yet. So this guy just took over in short season. He just took over after a couple of games, the closer position. Got 5 saves and 5 chances. He was never a closer. He was a starter in college. But look at his changeup. 75 out of 80 is his changeup. How the hell did he fall so far? Because look, he's got a weak fastball and he's got a weak curveball. And he's pretty far off his stuff. Oh, and he doesn't. Oh yeah, he's a finesse pitcher and his velocity is shit. I keep on failing to look at velocity. All right. Can shut out the stress and put it on automatic. So he's got like that mentality, that closer mentality. And yeah, he's going to be great in the minors. He's going to be great in the minors, but as soon as he hits like AA or high A, this 84, 86 velocity is just going to kill him. Is he a double player? Oh, his secondary nationality is English. Point guard. Does he have any ratings for hitting? Nope. Not at all. 84, 86. Holy crap. Maybe if he gets one tick on his velocity, so it would be 86 to 88. I mean, right? Then he won't be totally wasted. But personally, I think if you throw 88 miles an hour, but you can place it anywhere in the strike zone, you're better than a guy that could throw 99, but he has no control over it and he throws it right down the middle or up in the zone half the time. You do that, you hit a 99 mile an hour fastball, even if you don't hit it like with the big thing right now is launch angle and bat velocity, which is a bunch of bullshit. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. It's just made up stats so like some nerds can actually sit there and go, no, this is really serious stuff. When ball players go, I don't care if I got a launch angle. If my launch angle is absolutely perfect and I hit it directly to the left fielder, that's not a good hit. That's what a ball player would say. Ball players don't know anything. Yeah, okay, Poindexter. Whatever. Marius Belandis. Oh, he's actually a real player. I picked him up because he's got a good curveball. That's basically it. Says he's going to be a future starter, but I don't think so. I don't think he's ever going to have the control. His changeup is almost fully developed, though, so he'll have 3 pitches. But right now, he's been in one game and he got smacked. Got smacked up. So not so good. Trent Brown. Trent Brown has actually been doing good. Trent Brown is he's in high A. Yeah, I promoted him to high A already. He started out in low A, and he did so well. I mean, 12 hits. He's got 3 extra base hits. He's got a double, triple, a homer, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, 2 stolen base, no caught stealing. So, I mean, he did good enough where I'm putting him. I mean, he really can't. His power is really never going to be great. But, I mean, we'll have to see. His defense is pretty much developed, and he's very competitive. And as soon as he gets the shortstop and he's going to be able to play all the outfield positions, and maybe I'll put him in third base, he'll be great. So far, he's AAA already. Parker Bates, he's in low A, 22 years old, Louisiana Tech, and he's batting .252. The strikeouts are a little high. He's got 26 strikeouts in 32 games, but he's got 14 walks in 32 games. That's pretty damn good, and he's got 5 triples. This guy's his speed and his base rate not so great, but for some reason he can. When he hits it, he's a line drive hitter, and he pulls it, and he'll go for that third base. He'll round second, and that's pretty good. So that is a good slugging percentage for a guy that's not going to hit a lot of home runs. He's not going to hit a lot of home runs, but this gap power, and for some reason his speed and base running, which is not very high, but he's probably got some kind of percentage in there that says like 33% of his extra base hits are going to be triples, which is pretty good. Then I just started getting speedy. I wanted speedy guys out in the outfield. So I want speedy guys with good range, good speed, good stealing, all this kind of stuff. So I got Equan Smith. He's from Jackson State. He's 24 years old. So he probably had an extra year in college. Probably got redshirted or something like that. Had to take some tutoring courses. And basically, yeah, he's got nothing. He's got nothing. He average strikeouts, bad contact, horrible power, horrible discipline. But the guy can play the outfield, so and he can run. So right now, we'll see what he can do. If he can become like a speedy kind of pinch hitter and a defensive replacement, he might get up to AAA. You never know. Same thing with Terrell Tatum. Tatum was picked up after him, except he's a left-hander. Wait, was Equan Smith, was he left-handed? No, he's right-handed. But Tatum is left-handed, which means, you know, he's got already like 3 steps at going to first base. So he's got contact. He's got a little bit better contact. He's got a little bit better discipline. Not so much avoid Ks, but again, he's got no power either. Not great at stealing the bases, but he's got speed and he's better in the outfield. And he's just a private guy, so he's not going to be loud or abrasive, disruptive. He's not going to be a leader. He's just going to be a guy that shows up, causes no trouble, does his job. And so hopefully this guy, 16 Ks and 15 strikeouts in short season A, not the best, but he's got 6 stolen bases in 15 games. That is what I want to see. And Derek Carriata. So Derek Carriata, he's got discipline and avoid K. So this is what I went for this guy. I was just like, all right, so he's got below average contact, got no power whatsoever, but he's got the eye and the avoid Ks, and he's got some good defense. He can sacrifice bunt, so you could put him as the number 9 hitter, which is perfectly fine. He's got above average stealing and base running, so who knows? Of course, he's proving because he's 22 years old, Florida International. So he went to short season A, and of course, he's sucking on that. Anyways. All right, and so that's it. What else do we got? Well, in the schedule, you can see the schedule. You can see it here. Home Run Challenge All-Star voting. It's all done. We'll go over that later. At the halfway mark at the All-Star game. So next episode is going to be the All-Star game, and then it's going to be the trade deadline. Trades are already taking place, which is kind of weird. But the Red Sox, for some reason, are 57-39. They're in first place. Tampa's right behind them. New York Yankees. Toronto, who we've traded with twice. We gave them Melky Cabrera, who we talked about last time. He went into a really bad slump, but we gave him there, and he's been doing decent for Toronto as a pinch hitter. And then we just gave him Mikel Gibbons. So we got rid of our best reliever, our closer, and now Toronto has a nice 2-man setup and closer with Mikel Gibbons, Travis Racky. They even got Justin Miller here, and then Ken Giles. So, Travis Racky's not doing so great this year, but he is a good pitcher. Irvin Santana. Wow, he came back from the dead. He was in Minnesota 2018. Thought his career was over. Tried to make a comeback with the White Sox. No. Nah. I don't know why he's getting a job still. But then again, everybody's ERA. Like Hugh Jung Roh, he was the awesome Cy Young Award winner last year. And for some freaking reason, he's 4.6 ERA here. I don't know. So we got rid of those guys. Let's just go over. I'm not going to go over every trade we did. They're really crappy trades. They weren't anything particular. Like I said, I can't get rid of any good guys. I'm not going to get rid of Miguel Castro. He is my best He's my best player, my best pitcher. He's gotten good. 43 games. He's got 7 game starts. This is like that opener kind of thing. It didn't really work out that well, so I don't know if we're going to do it. We might go back to it. Make him an opener, and have one of these guys be a follower. And I think that was Hunter Harvey that was the follower. Oh no, it was the other guy that we did trade. We traded him over to Toronto as well. The Wojciechowski or whatever the hell that guy's name. He was the follower. So Miguel Castro would start the game, or Wojciechowski would start the game, and then Castro would come in, or vice versa. We got this other guy, Alberto Rodriguez, that for some reason I picked up. He got released by York. I just signed him to a minor league contract, and he did pretty damn well. So when it came to the walk-to-strikeout ratio, but it's deceiving because that was AA and AAA, and this is what you call a quadruple A player. See, so it's AAA, but you make them 4 A's, which means they do so good in AAA, but as soon as they come up to Major League Baseball, it's like, I don't know, they regress real hard, big time. I wouldn't have minded him having like a 4 walk per 9, as long as he had like a 15K per 9, but he doesn't. So as soon as he came to the majors, they were like, "Yeah, you're not fooling us with that 65 slider. You're just not." So, but he's got enough where he could be a long reliever, and he throws 94 to 96, so he's long relief and he's an opener. Oh, here's Miguel Castro. That's why he's got this. See, he's an opener. So these two guys are going to be our openers. I don't know who's going to be a follower. I do have it where you can use starting pitchers in relief, and I do that because during the playoffs, that's sometimes what happens. Like Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling with the Arizona Diamondbacks when they won the World Series, they came into relief when stuff was on the line. Now, you can see this. I got a PM from Alex Cobb, like we talked about later. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch telling me he doesn't want to play for a loser when he's the reason we're losers. So, we overpaid your ass, and you have sucked every year in Baltimore. Tampa Bay, 3.66, nice sinker ball pitcher, doesn't give up a lot of home runs. Comes to Baltimore, suck. Homer Bailey was released by Minnesota, I think. Yeah, he was released by Minnesota, so a couple days later, he wanted a minor league contract with a $60,000 bonus, so I gave it to him. And he sucked. 6 games, 2 game starts, 11.68 ERA, 6 walks, 10 Ks, 7 home runs given up. He's got a great knuckle curve, though. He's got a great knuckle curve. I love knuckle curves. But he sucks. Wade LeBlanc, the only reason I got him started is I have nobody else. I've tried people. As you can see here, I've thrown him in the bullpen. But when it comes down to it, I mean, he goes 5 innings sometimes. Do I actually have his beginning page? Okay, last 10 games. He goes 5 innings, he loses, and then he started again. He gets blown out in this 2 innings, and then here's where he's relieving. He got a save on this one, a 16-7 win against the Yankees. Holy shit! We won. Wow, we won. We split with the Yankees. Nice. Very nice. Like it. Anyways, it's just usual case scenario is that he will he's really doing bad against left-handed pitchers or left-handed batters this year, which is very odd. But usually what happens, he goes 5 innings, gives up 7 to 9 hits, and then gives up 4 to 8 runs. You know, what are you gonna do? At least 6'11". He did not give up a walk. But here, 11 hits, gave up 2 walks, 2 Ks. That's Wade LeBlanc in a nutshell. Malone, same thing. So he starts. This guy can't even go past. Guy usually gets blown out before the 5th inning. Yeah, look at 1 1/3 innings. It's like, holy sh. But again, who am I going to put in there? I either bring up a pitcher, a young pitcher, way too soon, like Keegan or Akin, who's got no service time, or I just let this play out, you know. Then I got the freak, Tim Lincecum. He was in the free agent pool. So I grabbed him. I was like, I put him in AAA. He wasn't great, but I was like, he'll sell tickets, and he gives up a hell of a lot of home runs. That's his detriment. But 10 walks, 20 Ks, and 35 innings pitched. It's like he's not the freak anymore, but hey, he's playing baseball. We brought up Cole Silser, who's been. We got him off waivers from the Tampa Bay Rays last year before the season started. And for some reason, this guy is just. He was in Bowie, and I put him in AAA simply because of his age. He was 30, and a pitcher got hurt, and he just did a hell of a lot better in AAA than he did AA. So I called him up. I said, well, he's going to make the minimum, and so he'll be one of my middle relievers. Anthony Bass, we got this guy from Toronto. He is cheap. That's why we got him, $1.5 million. He's got enough stamina to be an emergency starter. Anthony Bass, I remember him from his Texas years when he was in Texas, and that's exactly what he did. So you can see 33 games, 64 innings pitched. Where's his other? That was it? Well, then he went to Japan for a year, 2016, and that's 37 games, 103 innings pitched. So he can start 18-12 here for Round Rock and AAA, but he's better for being a reliever where you put him in the game and he throws 2 to 3 innings a game. You know, he can eat up innings, so that way you're not giving. And that's what he was doing over there in Toronto. 21 games, he had 31 innings pitched. For us, 14 games, 23 innings pitched. He's very unhappy because of our team record and our team chemistry. Well, you know what, Anthony? I don't give a rat's ass. I don't care. You're not great enough. You're not going to a contender. Richard Blyer, he's our left-handed specialist who, for some reason, cannot get left-handed out. Yep, against left-handers, at 270. They're slugging they're only slugging 365. Okay, so most of his stuff came against. All right, most of his stuff came against right-handers. So I guess. Well, he got the win here on July 1st, and before that, he was doing a good run here. So he had two-thirds, 1 innings, 1/3. So as a left-handed specialist, he's been doing really well. Because I think I changed him in June to a left-handed specialist, and I didn't change it. All I did was go into Brandon Hyde and basically said he likes having playing handage. So yeah, that's who I got there. Lineups. We got Mastis. We got rid of Cisco because, well, you know, his trade value was never going to get any higher. So we brought up Pedro Severino, who he's nobody. He sucks. But he sucks a little less than Mathis. But Mathis is going to play enough. And I see right here, this little thing says I'm force starting Pedro Severino because if I don't, Mathis and Severino are so close to, but Mathis has so much better defense that it tries to start Mathis. And that's not what I want. I want Mathis to be like the backup catcher for 2 years while Ashley Rushman is ready to go. We don't want to rush our #1 prospect, Rushman. So, although he's doing so well that I did put him to AAA. So he's in AAA now, and hopefully I don't kill him.